chapter 2. John chapter 2. The Gospel according to John. But I want to finish the last part of the last video, where I said Nathaniel, before he can join and be a follower, there was a part where they had a conversation, and Jesus told him about the things that he only knew. He told him about himself. So now Nathaniel was surprised that, how do you know these things about me? And then Jesus said, even before you can come to me, while you were sitting there when I passed you under the fig tree, I already knew about you. That's how God is to us. Even before we come to him, he knows about us. Amen. So let's continue with chapter 2. So in chapter 2, when it starts, it tells us about Jesus being or going to a place called Cana. So even on top it says miracle at Cana. So as he was walking, making disciples, Jesus, he and his disciples, because Angela is still with them, they were invited at a wedding. When they got to that wedding, even Jesus' mother was also in that wedding. Okay? They are invited with the disciples, and the mother of Jesus, Mary, is also invited. She's also there at the wedding. So this happens in this wedding. The wine was finished. They ran out of wine. I'm sure it was a disappointment. A wedding is a celebration. And in the wedding, it was a must in the wedding for them to have a wine for the guests that they have invited. But Mary went to Jesus, and she said to Jesus, their wine is finished. Do something. Because she knows who she is approaching. She says to him, please help them, their wine has run out. And then Jesus says to Mary, woman, there's a reason even how he called his own mother. I think maybe he did not want the people to know that Mary was his mother. Maybe, we don't know. I'm just assuming. But because now she spoke, and people maybe heard what Mary said about the wine. Then Mary, answer khalimelo jalo uthi emapili woman, please. Mary, one ya tsamaya aya hu king babitswang batho ba, let me check it. Let me say the servers, or the head waiter. She goes to the head waiter and says to the head waiter, whatever he says you must do it. Amen. Whatever he says you must do it. That's the attitude. Whatever Jesus says we must do, let's do it. Because he has authority. He is most powerful. Whatever he says, do it. That's Mary telling the head waiter. Amen. Immediately, Jesus told the head waiter and the other servants that because he saw that there are water pots, and then he said to them, go and fill these water pots with water. There is one thing again that I like with these servants or the servers. They filled the water to the brim. Please tell me why they did that. In the first place, they ran out of wine. And they are aware that they are filling the water pots with water. I wonder if the water from the tap, wine, I would understand why they are filling it to the brim. But now it's mere water. It means they believed in his word. Them believing in his word, they even had to do exceedingly. Because he did not instruct them, he did not tell them, maybe half. But he just said, fill the water pots with water. They filled the water pots with to the brim of the level of those water pots. Amen. Let's have the same attitude. Let's believe with all that we have. Amen. So we hear that there was wine, Mamela, even people were the head waiter. He even went to the groom and said, hey Banna, when you gave but wine, where else but wabang in their weddings, bafana ka wine emnadi, ha batho ba se ba tauwe ke hona ba ntshang ena etsang ba qala ka ba fa emnadi and then ba qetelle ka normal or the cheapest. But when you save the best in the last part of the wedding, amen. Can God give you wisdom of what is written in his word so that you understand it in your own life? Whatever he says, just do it. Amen. Then in verse 13, this one is the shortest. I don't think I will go far because Efela 25. So now we are in 13 to 25. The heading says first Passover and then cleansing the temple. Cleansing the temple. Let's hear what happened here. As Jesus was walking, he went to Jerusalem. When he went to Jerusalem, he went to the temple. And here he's going to a Passover. And then now he goes into the temple. When he arrived to the temple, he found a chaos, Bazalwan. People were selling. People turned the house of God into a business place. It was now a commerce place. He got angry. He whipped everyone. He chased them out. And he reminded them that a temple is a sacred place where God dwells. We have heard that in Psalms, that it is a place where God dwells. But now here is the problem. They were selling. Amen. He had to remind them that this place, it must be kept holy. And then he referred to the temple to his own body. That a temple of God must be holy, must be kept sacred. Even our own bodies are a temple of God. Amen. Let's keep them holy. Amen. So let us keep our bodies holy. Amen.